Good morning, children. Today I am going to teach a new lesson, homesickness. Homesickness was written by Roald Dahl. Let's discuss some of the interesting facts of Roald Dahl. Roald Dahl was a British writer of short stories, novels and poems. Roald Dahl wrote about his boyhood years and early career in the book called Boy and Going Solo. Okay, children, before getting into the summary of the story, let's discuss few important things. Have you ever been to boarding schools or hostels? Yes, few people would have been to boarding schools. Do you think you know what is best for you, or do you take the advice of elders? It depends on the students. Some students think the elders' advice are best for them, but some don't think. Okay, let's discuss about what is an autobiography. Autobiography will be a true story of one's own life. Usually, it will be written in first person. It includes important events in the author's life. In autobiography, the author remains the main character. Let's discuss some of the characters of the story. The main character is Roald Dahl. The second character is his sister. Third character is Matron. And the final and important character is Dr. Dunbar. Let's get into the summary of the story. Roald Dahl was homesick during his first term at St. Peter's School. He set about making a plan for getting himself sent back to home. His idea was that he should all of a sudden develop an attack of acute appendicitis. He had some reasons for trying it. Only a month before, his elder sister actually had appendicitis, and for several days before her operation, he was able to observe her behavior at close quarters. Immediately, he went upstairs and knocked on the matron's door. "Come in," boomed a voice. Roald Dahl entered into the room, clutching his stomach and staggering pathetically. "You have been overeating," said the matron. The matron snapped and then ordered him to get on the bed. Roald Dahl lay down on the bed and she began prodding his tummy with her fingers. When she hit what he guessed was the appendix, he cried out, "Don't, matron, don't. I have been sick all morning and now there is nothing left to be sick with. But I still feel sick." This made the matron hesitate. A doctor arrived and he went through the same prodding and poking. "Matron said your mother is coming to fetch you this afternoon." He just lay there trying to look very ill, but his heart was singing all sorts of wonderful songs. He was taken home and he felt so wonderful at being away from the school. That afternoon he had a session with Dr. Dunbar in Cardiff, and he tried over same tricks all over again. After the doctor ordered his stomach and he had done the narrator's helping routine. The doctor asked the narrator with a penetrating but not unkindly eye, "You are faking, aren't you?" The narrator nodded miserably. "What will you tell the school?" he asked the narrator. Trembling, then the doctor said, "I will say that you had a severe stomach pain, which I am going to cure with pills." The doctor asked for a promise that the narrator won't do this again and made the narrator to stay home for 3 more days. The narrator promised that he won't do it again. Okay, children, now turn to page number 20. I am going to read. Come along with me. "I was homesick during the whole of my first term at St. Peter's. Homesickness is a bit like seasickness. You don't know how awful it is till you get it. And when you do, it hits you right in the top of the stomach and you want to die. The only comfort is that Both homesickness and seasickness are instantly curable. The first goes away the moment you walk out of the school grounds, and the second is forgotten as soon as the ship enters port. Look at the first para. What is the meaning of seasickness? Seasickness means feeling that you want to vomit because of constant movement of ship. Okay. Find the adverbs from this paragraph. Awful and instantly. Is the para contain any phrasal verb? Yes. Goes away is the phrasal verb. Let's find all verbs in this paragraph. Know, get, do, hits, want, comfort, walk, enters, and so on. Okay. Find out the adjectives from this para. First, curable, second, and top. Okay, children. Now I am going to ask some question related to this paragraph. What was the name of the school? Yes, the name of the school was St. Peter's. What are curable? Homesickness and seasickness. How is homesickness cured? Homesickness was cured by the moment you walk out of the grounds of the school. I was so terribly homesick during my first 2 weeks that I set about making a plan for getting myself sent back home, even if it were for only a few days. My idea was that I should all of a sudden develop an attack of acute appendicitis. Okay, students, let's find the verbs from the paragraph. Set, getting, sent, develop, and attack. Okay. Now, what do you mean by appendicitis? Appendicitis is a condition in which the appendix, a small organ attached to the intestines, becomes infected and has to be removed through an operation. In short, it is a disease. Okay. Is there any adverbs and adjective in this para? Yes. Terribly, back home are the adverbs, and few, too, sudden are the adjectives. Now let's see some questions from this paragraph. How long the narrator was homesick? The narrator was homesick during his first 2 weeks. Second question. What was narrator's idea? His idea was to develop a sudden attack of acute appendicitis. You will probably think it silly that a 9-year-old boy imagined that he could get away with a trick like that, but I had sound reasons for trying it. Only a month before, my elder sister had actually had appendicitis, and for several days before her operation, I was able to observe her behavior at close quarters. I noticed that the thing she complained about most was a severe pain down in the lower right side of her tummy. As well as this, she kept being sick and refused to eat and ran a temperature. What is at close quarters? It means from a short distance. Let's find out the verbs. The verbs are think, imagine, get, trying, observe, notice, complain, kept, refused, eat, and run. Okay, now adjectives. Silly, 9, elder, several, close, and severe. Okay, children, now I am going to ask some questions from the paragraph. When did the narrator's sister had appendicitis? A month before. Where did his sister have pain? Yes, his sister had pain down in lower right side of her tummy. What were the symptoms that the narrator's sister had? The narrator's sister had been sick and refused to eat and ran a temperature. You might, by the way, be interested to know that the sister had her appendix removed not in a fine hospital operating room full of bright lights and gowned nurses, but on our own nursery table at home by the local doctor and his anesthetist. In those days, it was fairly common practice for a doctor to arrive at your house with a bag of instruments, then drape a clean sheet over the most convenient table and get on with it. Here the word anesthetist means A doctor who gives an anesthetic, chemical substance used to make a person feel no pain in a part of or the whole body to a patient. Okay students, let's find the verbs from this para. Interested, know, removed, practice, arrive and get. Now, is there any adjectives and adverbs from this paragraph? Yes, the adjectives are fine, bright, local, clean and most. The adverbs are fairly and at home. Okay, is there a phrase? Yes, we have get on with it. Okay children, now let's see some questions related to this para. Who came along with the local doctor? Anesthetist came along with the local doctor. How did the narrator's sister's appendix remove? The narrator's sister's appendix was removed by a local doctor at their home. On this occasion, I can remember lurking in the corridor outside the nursery while the operation was going on. My other sisters were with me, and we stood there spellbound, listening to the soft medical murmurs coming from behind the locked door and picturing the patient with her stomach sliced open. We could even smell the sickly fumes of ether filtering through the crack under the door. Okay children, now let's find out the verb. Remember, going, stood, listening, coming, picturing, smell and sliced are the verbs present in the para. There are lot of verbs end with ing, right? What are they? Yes, going, listening, coming and picturing. These are continuous form of the verb, right? Now let's find out the meaning of some words. The word lurking means waiting quietly and see secretly. The word spellbound means fascinated. The phrase sickly fumes of ether means a strong smell of ether. Ether is a gas used earlier as an anesthetic. Soft and open are the adjectives. And outside, behind, open and through the crack are the adverbs. Okay children. Now question time. How did they stand? They stood fascinated. What could they smell? They could smell the smell of ether. The next day, we were allowed to inspect the appendix itself in a glass bottle. It was a longish, black, wormy looking thing. And I said, "Do I have one of those inside me, Nanny?" "Everybody has one," Nanny answered. "What's it for?" I asked her. "God works in his mysterious ways," she said, which was her stock reply whenever she did not know the answer. "What makes it go bad?" I asked her. Okay children, find out the verbs from these lines. Allowed, looking, do, answered, asked, works, said, no, makes, go are the verbs present in these lines. What are the adjectives here? Glass, longish, black, mysterious and bad are the adjectives. Adverbs are next and inside. Okay, let me ask some questions. What did they saw the next day? They saw the appendix in the glass bottle. How was the appendix? The appendix was longish, black, wormy looking. What is the meaning of stock? Stock means usual or typical. Okay children, let's see the remaining paragraph in the upcoming classes. Thank you.